Hey everybody, it's your boy Woo here. I am excited to have this to be my very first video, and it's a reaction video. What am I reacting to, you're asking? So I'm reacting to my video that I published on YouTube when I first out back in January of 2014. It's been 12 years since I've, allowed the world into my space to know that I identify as gay and within the queer family. And I just want to reflect back on that time I was in when I was 28, going on 29 that year, and seeing how much of everything that I said in that video still rings true. Talk about what was my mindset back in 2014 and at that time, and just give some pearls of wisdom to myself, my younger self, now that I have the opportunity to do so. So, that being said, let's press play on this video.
So I've made several attempts to record this video, so hopefully this will be the last hurrah. But Happy New Year. Today is Wednesday, January the 1st, 2014.
And today is Thursday, January 29th, 2026.
I'm looking forward to everything that 2014 has in store. I'm looking forward to graduating in May with my master's. The sky's the limit after.
And I did graduate in May with my master's in education from Union University.
So, yes, I feel like my chapter in my life, this chapter in my life will be a wrap, and looking forward to the next chapter. Also in 2014, I'm aiming to be a better me, to loving me, to living for myself, because oftentimes, well, for all of my life, I've been living for everybody else.
Which is true. At that time, when I was 28, I was more of a people pleaser than I am today. I can definitely say I still please people for sure. However, I feel that now I have a balance of knowing when and why I need to put myself first, and I do that without hesitation, especially when it comes to getting to know people romantically. I applaud myself on being able to do that. I'm not the best. There are times where I definitely where I need to improve and can improve, but for the most part, I have definitely improved in that space.
Not being true to who I feel that I truly am. With that being said, this is mainly for those who I truly care about and love and would do just about anything for. I don't know if you know.
I don't know if you know that I have on Invisalign, which is the reason why it sounds like I have something in my mouth, which I did. And I wish, although I appreciate the teeth that I have, I did not go the distance with Invisalign. So that's the reason why I sound the way that I sound.
You may not know. I don't know. But I just want you to know that for the longest time, um, as long as I remember, I've been attracted to males, which would make me gay. Yeah.
Baby, I'm gay. I know when I first made that video, I was hesitant to say it because that means that I was bringing it to life. That meant the train was leaving the station and it was going to be a train that I couldn't stop. And 14 years later, this train has not ran out of gas, fuel, whatever green energy source you want to power this train with, whatever it is. I'm still working. I'm still here. I'm still moving forward. But yes, I am a black gay man. Proud.
It's not easy to tell somebody that you love about your sexuality. It's frightening, it's scary, it's challenging, all of the above. Um, but at some point, I realized that my happiness is just as important as the person or persons that I so called am living for. Um,
Speaking to that, it's important. I think when you love people, you innately are going to, at times, put yourself on the back burner. I was no stranger to doing that, and sometimes to a fault. And while I still have that, that's true to who I am today. I've learned why it's equally as important, sometimes even more important, to put myself first. I think about when you get on the airplane, the stewardess, the flight attendants tell you, in the case of an emergency, you have to put your mask on first before you can assist others. Why? Because you have to make sure that you are well, you are taken care of, your cup is full before you can help fuel and fill someone else's cup. Like, that is essential to who I am today. And while not 100% of the times I actually get that right, because I'm human, we all fall short at some point. It's Life is also about learning, and I treat every experience and every opportunity as an opportunity to learn. How can I take this situation and do better the next time, if a next time is given? So that's where I am today. That's why I feel that it is important to, love yourself and live for yourself, in the same, space that you live and love for others. If that is you. If you're not that, if you're the exact opposite, then your task may be to love others, put yourself on the back burner. Not all the times, but some of the times, especially if it's for people who you love and care about deeply.
yeah, it's not easy, but I am confident. I'm at a good place. I plan on being at a better place, but I'm confident enough to make this video and possibly, if it even gets out, which I don't plan on it, but
No, I did not plan on this video getting out initially. So the backstory behind this is, when I created this video, I created it, I posted it privately. So the only way you were able to see this video is if I sent you the link to it. And more than likely, I sent it in a text message. And for those who received it, their first batch, it was like, hey, this video is for you. Please don't share this with anyone else. And the responses behind that first group of people that I sent it to was overwhelmingly supportive. Like, I was bombarded with love. And that, motivated me to send it to another group of people. So I expanded that circle. And those batch of people flooded me with so much love, where I sent it out to even more people. And it just got to the point where I felt so supported, and I felt like I had a community and a tribe behind me, to the point where I just made the video public. Fast forward, if this was in January 2014, perhaps like April 2015, a year later, I am not engaged yet, but I'm en route to. I proposed to my fiance, then husband, now ex-husband, in May of 2015. But around that time, a couple of students came to me when I was working at KIT. And these are some of the students who I was closest with. At that time, they didn't know about me, because I just felt like a separation of church and state. My private life, or my personal life, was my personal life. My professional life was that, especially working with students. I wanted to make sure that I remained professional. And that was just it was irrelevant to what we were doing with them in school. So, but they came to me and hesitantly was like, Mr. Woods, we got something to tell you. I was like, y'all can talk to me about anything. What's going on? This has to do with you. I was like, it has to deal with me. How? I was like, we're afraid to tell you. And I'm paraphrasing because it's been over 10 years at this point. This is what I remember. And those students know who they are. And if you see this video, then you can, we can recreate that dialogue. But I remember them being a bit hesitant to tell me that they had seen this video. And when they told me, I was shocked just because, like, how did it get around to my students? I'm thinking, maybe my friends and their friends, but you don't realize, like, when you put something out there, like, it's for the world to see. But the only thing that I can do after that was, ask them, like, okay, y'all saw the video. How did you feel? Like, what are your thoughts? And they too, like, overwhelmingly provided me with love and support. And that at the time it affirmed why I was in education, because I truly love I enjoy making an impact on the lives of students and their families. You just don't realize, like, the small things can make a big impact. And that was one of the things. It was a year plus later. I didn't think it was going to reach my students, but it did. And I appreciate their response to it. And they could have taken it a different way. And I've had people in my life to take, me coming out or me, affirming myself to the world in a different way. That was my friends calling me. But, I can't live for them. I can only live for myself, and I live for those who love me. And so posting this video and letting it get out even beyond my control has been the best thing that has happened. One of the best things that has ever happened to me.
With technology, it may be able to help somebody. You never know. And the saying goes, it gets better. I truly hope so. I have the utmost faith that it will, and time will prevail, and people will be on to the next thing, to be honest. But this is something I just felt near and dear in my heart to share for more than one reason, but ultimately because I need to be happy in order to fulfill my destiny.
I'm just saying stuff,
I guess. So, thank you for listening.
So that's the end of that video. Everything is still, it's elevated. It's still true, and then some. The first thing I want to say to 28-year-old Wu is I'm extremely proud of you. That takes guts to put yourself out there in a way that, you can be criticized, you could be, or even worse, nowadays. And for whatever reason you had, and if I recall, it was partly because I wanted to feel more confident in myself. I wanted to believe in myself outwardly, because I knew how I felt internally when it came to what I identified sexual in terms of my sexual orientation. But I really, at that point, didn't let a lot of people in. Close friends knew, of course, but I didn't want to be my authentic self only around my close friends. While I enjoyed that space, I just felt like something was missing, because after I left that space, I had to put back on this mask these clothings that I took off when, I was around my friends, in terms of, like, enjoying life authentically. And this was important for you to do. It was definitely a milestone in your life. When you look back on it, as I'm doing now, know that you are proud. Give yourself more grace. Don't be too hard on yourself. And while not being too hard on yourself, continue to push yourself, because that is going to get you to where you are now. Professionally, you are in a good space. You want it to be better. You are no longer in education, unfortunately, but you are in a space where you're continuing to provide resources and your knowledge and your skills to others while developing yourself. It's in a new way, a different way. It's with adults, but adults are young children. In terms of where you are romantically, you're in a interesting time right now. On the outskirts of a relationship, but you did learn something big about yourself, and that is the next time that you find your person, to know that this is your person. You will be in love with this person, and they will be in love with you and provide you with all the things that you're looking for in terms of equality. Like being able to share that space with somebody you love and care about mutually is what you will get. But I want to give you the biggest hug, to the biggest space on my shoulder for you to just lay your head and know that you are a gift. Everybody's not going to always recognize that gift, but know that you have a gift that is bestowed on you to share with the world. Share it sparingly, but share it nevertheless. All right. Love you. Woo signing out.